Hey there fans, welcome to another bio. As usual, every month we go through at least one character bio. Got some tech specs that were done by our good friend Vicky. And so what we're doing is we're just giving you a little bit more insight into the character in addition to the bio that she created for us. Now, I promised you guys last month that I was going to do Ratchet. Actually, I promised a fan that I was going to do Ratchet, but unfortunately, I got a rude comment from that fan, and now I'm switching gears and I'm going to go over to a more patient, more supportive fan who requested we do the Vehicons. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into it. Now, Vehicons, they were pretty much endless soldiers in the Transformers Prime TV show. They were obviously bad guys. They were obviously under the rule and thumb of Megatron and in alliance with the Decepticons. In our story, we're switching up a couple of things, right? Now that Cybertron is free and liberated and restored, a number of these Vehicons agreed to undergo a reprogramming, if you will. Now, it wasn't done by force, because we know that the Autobots would never do anything by force. They're good. They allow people to make the choice. So in this case, they allowed the bots to make a choice. Hey, do you guys want to continue to be under the Decepticon programming that you originally had, or would you like to undergo a reprogramming to the Autobot side, right? There's not a whole lot of detail given about the Vehicon, so I'm pretty much making it up as I go along. We will touch on these details. We're touching on a number of details, not in this particular project, but it's sprinkled throughout the trilogy. We'll kind of go into their naming convention and their allegiance now. And as I'm touching base right now, I'm actually giving you guys something that's part of the story a little bit down the road, but I'm giving you those nuggets now because I do remember somebody had a comment that was like, wow, I don't like the fact that they were reprogrammed. Don't think about it as reprogramming by force. Think about it as kind of like, hey, I'm bringing in my laptop because it's got a bunch of viruses on there. Can you go ahead and clean out that junk and give me back my laptop good as new? Think of it more so as that type of reprogramming, right? They're cleaning out all the Decepticon virus and putting on some, anti-malware, Autobot anti-malware, right? Something like that nature. So think of it as that way. Now, something that I wanted to do a little bit differently with the Vehicons is I wanted to give them more presence. I wanted to give them more value, right? At any given moment, the Decepticons would kill which one of them. I think there was one episode where we see literally Megatron just grab one of them and just toss him down. It was when the Starscream tried to, I think, burn down, I don't know, Antarctica or something like that. And so, or it might have been on another scene. Actually, I think it was when Smokescreen was he took one of the relics. I actually don't remember now. I think it was one of the keys, right? And so he kind of jumped off the Nemesis ship, and he was free falling, and then like Megatron's like, go after him, and he takes one of the car Vehicons and he just tosses him overboard. He's like, I can't fly, and so they didn't care about them. And in our storyline, we don't want that, right? Autobots are not Decepticons. They're very different. They function very different. So in this case, we want the Autobots to care about the Vehicons, right? So, and in some of the sections, you'll see that, right? I think in one of the sub-scenes of scene 11, you'll see Bumblebee actually worrying for one of the Vehicons, asks him how he's doing, and in another aspect, he actually saves him, right? I think Slipstream is coming in for like a kill, and he manages to move and push him out of the way, right? Likewise, Ultra Magnus was, when he was battling Galvatron was, picked one up, and as he was trying to rip him apart, Ultra Magnus is like, no, stop. And obviously that didn't work. Trying to negotiate or plead with tyrants never works, right? So obviously Galvatron continued by ripping him apart and then tossing one half here and one half over there, right? And we'll see more of that throughout the film. So let's go ahead. We'll pause right here. We'll get into their bio, and let's see what it says. So, reprogrammed by Knockout to better serve the Autobot cause, the Vehicons have been working hard to help restore and protect Cybertron. Though the Decepticons may have used them as expendable soldiers, the Autobots value the skills they possess and have them doing a multitude of jobs to better them all. So just like we touched on, right? The Vehicons are not under the control or under the rule of the Autobots. They're under the Autobots' leadership. Those are two big different things, right? You know, tyrants don't really lead. Tyrants, they lead by fear, intimidation, control, propaganda, force, right? Those are what tyrants do. Leaders, actual leaders, don't lead like that. I mean, guys, we know Optimus Prime. We know he has these incredible speeches that motivate his family, if you will, right? Because they're not just soldiers; they're above that. But even at the soldier level, he manages to gain people's trust. He manages to gain people's commitment, and so on and so forth. So the Autobots, because of Optimus Prime, are used to something different. And remember, Ultra Magnus, in the footsteps of Optimus Prime, is trying to portray that exact same thing. Likewise, so is Bumblebee, right? All of the Autobots, they know who their leader was. They know all the aspects and the attributes of their leader. So they're going to push forward with those same types of qualities. We'll see it emerge from Bumblebee. We'll see it emerge from RC, obviously Ultra Magnus, and so on and so forth. And it's even going to rub off on many others. I mean, at the end of Predacons Rising, Knockout says, I never had positive role models or good role models, right? So the Autobots are going to brush off on him because of what their leader did. So, guys, that's what I have to say about the Vehicons. Again, keep in mind that we are going to sprinkle details. We're not going to go big into how did they come to be and so on and so forth because they're sub-characters, right? But we are going to sprinkle things here and there throughout the trilogy that are going to go, wow, and it's going to add on, right, to the mythology, if you will, right, or the continuity, right? And that's what our goal is. Our goal is not to take away or to change, but to add on value. One of the things that at my job we constantly talk about is what the things that we do, does it add value? And so likewise, I want to take that into this project, but not just, you know, me, obviously, or my teammates, right, the people that are working on this, but within the characters itself. I want them to add value to the story. I don't just want to throw people in just for the sake of throwing them in. I want to be able to add value to the story, which overall is going to make this so much better. So keep in mind that we are working on a trilogy. Keep in mind that all of this is going to connect one way or another. I guarantee you of that. It is going to connect to each other as well as to the Prime show. Again, it's not going to connect to the comics or the video games or anything else that you have. It's going to connect to the actual show. So guys, it's basically what I have for you guys on the Vehicons. Tune in this coming Saturday for our conclusion of Scene 11. It'll be a Scene 11 sub-scene 14 will be aired at 11 a.m. Eastern Time. Don't forget to swing on by, check us out. If you're new to the channel, please hit the like and subscribe. Hit the bell so you get notifications every time we upload a video. Don't forget to share it with your friends. The more people that know about this, the more people that can see it, and that's what we want. We kind of want to share this project with everybody. Don't forget, guys, I'll be doing another Q&A for 2021 pretty soon. Maybe next month it'll happen. I'll let you guys know in the next project update. Until next time, guys, take care. Peace out till all are one.